Welcome back, Baker. In this episode of Doral Sweets, I'm going to teach you how to make amazing cake pops that even Starbucks would be proud of. Have any leftover cake? This is the perfect time to use it. You're going to need a mixer, sprinkles, and cake pop sticks. And you're also going to need some meltables, chocolate meltables that you can get at any store, whether it's a craft store or a grocery store. Craft stores do tend to have more colors than your local grocery store. And we're going to use that. But here's the gist of it. What you need is a cake mixer with a paddle attachment. If you don't have one, use a handheld mixer, that's fine too. So we're gonna start with our leftover cake, okay? Whether you have frosting on it already, if it's a leftover birthday cake, you can change that into a cake pop as well. That is totally fine. Go ahead and put your cake right in that mixer, and we're going to shred this cake. You want to put it on about medium speed so that the cake starts to become crumbs. And then you can go ahead and do it a little bit faster. Okay, so there's some moisture in this cake, so it's gonna be a little doughy. Now, if your cake has just been made and you're just turning it straight into a cake pop, it'll actually be more like a whole bunch of breadcrumbs is what it's gonna look like. But since this cake has already been in the refrigerator, it has a little bit of moisture in it, it's going to be a little bit more doughy like this, which is totally fine because that'll help shape your cake pop, okay? So this is good. Now we're gonna add some flavor to the cake by using some leftover frosting. So we're gonna go ahead and put some leftover vanilla frosting in our cake. Now, I wouldn't go too much with the frosting. Start with a little bit. A little goes a long way. Because if you get too much frosting in your cake pop, then it's going to be too mushy and you're not going to be able to form a ball that you need to. So start, I would say, a tablespoon at a time and mix that in with your cake batter, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and mix. And what we want to do is get a dough-like form so that when you roll your dough, like so, it will stay in its shape. Because one thing that's hard to do is make a cake pop and have it fall apart on you the minute you stick the cake pop stick in, okay? So this, it's looking pretty good. It's holding its shape. So now what you're gonna do is put this aside. Like I said, I used about 1 or 2 tablespoons of frosting in this 6-inch round cake that I put in there. Okay, so let's get our cake pop stick, and this is when the meltables come in. I'm gonna melt these in the microwave safe dish. I would say start at 30 seconds and then work from there 10 seconds at a time because you want them to look nice and melted. Now, you don't want it to be in the microwave for too long because the more you heat up the chocolate, the harder it's actually going to get. So you don't want that to happen, which is why I say do it in increments, stir in between, okay? So what we're gonna do is get our cake pop stick, we're gonna dip it into our melt, and it kind of looks like a Q-tip right now. And then you're gonna go ahead and stick that cake pop stick right into your cake pop. Now, we're gonna make a few more of these, and then what you're going to want to do is put these cake pops right into the freezer, not freezer, into the refrigerator, I apologize. You're going to put it right in the refrigerator so that the chocolate has time to harden a little bit. And then that way, when you do go and ice your whole cake pop, it's going to stay. And the ball won't come apart. It'll be attached to your stick. Now, if you want consistency in cake pops and how many that you're going to do, and you want them all to be in the same shape, I suggest either getting a little scooper that measures things out for you, or just get a regular spoon and put the same amount in your hand each time, okay? Just put them next to each other, put the cake pops next to each other, and go ahead and do that. So now I'm gonna put these couple cake pops right into the refrigerator, okay? Now that the cake pops had time in the refrigerator, about 5 minutes, you just want the chocolate on the right here at the end of the cake pop to harden. We are going to go ahead and we are going to dip our cake pop. Now, it's great to have a deep bowl for this so that you can stick the whole cake pop in and then pour it out. Now, I would put more chocolate melts in there than what I put in, only so you can easily go ahead and dip that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill this cake pop up. And what you're going to do is just do a light tap on the edge, just so you can get all that extra chocolate off of it. Now, if you really like the chocolate, you can always keep it on. However, this will also make it for a nicer, smoother cake pop. And immediately when you're done doing that and you're done putting the icing on your cake pop, you are going to grab any colored sprinkle that you want, and quickly you're going to sprinkle these as fast as possible, only because chocolate on these cakes harden very quickly. See how it's already not sticking because it cooled way too fast? So that's not what you want to happen. So as soon as you're done covering it with chocolate, so that you don't get these kind of spots in it, go ahead and put those sprinkles on right away. And you don't need anything fancy. You can just grab a piece of styrofoam and go ahead and stick the cake pop right on the styrofoam. I got this styrofoam from a packaging that came through the mail. So renew, reuse, recycle. So now I'm going to show you again how we're going to dip our cake pop. Even if you have to put the cake pop and tip the bowl a little bit, you can do that. And we're going to go ahead and get all that excess chocolate off. Plop the sprinkles on as fast as you can so that it fills up the entire cake pop. And guys, you just made yourself your own cake pop. From leftover cake to cake pops, you are going to look like a true baker. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for our next episode.